Hi, and welcome to our next virtual class. Today, we are going to have a reading lesson. And guess what? We are going to read Gulliver's Travels. Well, it is a very interesting book, and I hope you will enjoy our reading together. Well, what is this? I have brought something from home. Oh, you know what? This is a compass. And this compass is going to take us from the beginning to the end of the lesson. Show us the way. North, south, east, west. It's about traveling. Did you read any books on traveling? We'll see today some examples. Let's shortly see what are we going to talk about. We're going to talk about adventure books on traveling. We're going to read a passage from Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift and find out about his adventures at sea. We're going to learn some new words and phrases to talk about sea travels and find them in context. Remember how we found out about authors and books and talked about them? Well, today we are going to add one more book to our collection so you can talk about one more book and one more author. Do you like to read about travels? Why? Why not? Which is your favorite book about travels? And what other books about travels do you know? Oh, I cannot hear them, but I'm sure that you are telling me a lot of titles. Or maybe just one book. It's still enough. Traveling is cool, and books about traveling are even cooler. I will share with you a couple of books about traveling today. And those are the books of my childhood. I absolutely loved reading them in my childhood. First one is Treasure Island. Absolutely fantastic book. I was always, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Moby Dick by Herman Melville. It's a more difficult book, but it's interesting as well. It's about a whale. And Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. And Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. Now, you probably noticed that the Treasure Island was written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Remember? We studied about him when we talked about museums. Yeah, in Edinburgh? Remember that? The Writers' Museum? Nice. Well, this is one of his books, Treasure Island. It's about pirates and treasure chests and treasures and gold and adventures, dangers, all of that. That's why traveling adventures are so interesting to read, because they are so different. There are a lot of things that happen in the book and keep you hooked up on them. Well, before reading, as usual, we are going to go through the words. We need to learn the words to understand. So first word is navigation. Can you say that? Navigation. Excellent. Nowadays, we use GPS navigators to find our way around. They're on our phones, they go separately sometimes. But in the past, ships navigated the seas using a compass. And this is why I brought this compass with me today. Lilliput. Can you say Lilliput? Lilliput. Yes. Well, Lilliput is a tiny little man or woman, a tiny little person. From the book of Jonathan Swift, Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver was a giant in the world of Lilliput. The people of Lilliput, the Lilliputians, were only 6 inches tall. You can see the ruler over there just to have an idea how little they were. 6 inches is about 15 centimeters. About that much. Little tiny men and women. Lilliput. Next one is peace. Peace. We have the ship broke to pieces. Parts, small parts. He cut a piece of the cheesecake. A part of the cake. Piece, part. Shore. Shore. Great. The pieces of the ship were washed to the shore. Oh, to the bank, to the beach. The edge of the sea. Yes, shore. Companion. Can you say companion? Excellent. At present, robots are designed to be companions, to become companions, to be people's companions. You see the girl in the picture? She's got a robot, a cute little robot that is her companion. Sailor. Sailor. A sailor is a person who sails at sea. Sailors sail at sea. Sometimes they don't see the shore for weeks or even months, sometimes even years. They are at sea. Pretty difficult. Oh, what are you saying? I didn't tell you what a companion is? Well, a companion is like a friend. Okay. Turn over. Turn over. The boat turned over and nobody could get in it. Turn over. You see, it's completely turned over. Drown. Drown. He couldn't swim and almost drowned in the sea when the boat turned over. Drown. Somebody's saving him. No worries. He's not gonna drown. Bul bul bul. Go underneath the water and die. Ooh, God forbid. I hope he saves him. Enough. Enough. There is enough food in the fridge for the rest of the week. Enough. You see a lot of food, so it's enough of food. As much as we need. It's not plenty or a lot of, but is as much as we need for the rest of the week. Now, you know these words. I want you to go over them again with me. Navigation, Lilliput, peace, shore, companion, sailor, turn over, drown, enough. Pause, practice pronouncing them. Hi. Now, I want us to read the text. And while I'm reading, I want you to take your pencil and just as usual, underline the unknown words in the text. The words that we have just learned. Let's see if you can identify them in the context. Ready? Let's go. Gulliver's travels. Gulliver always wanted to travel, and he studied navigation. After 4 years of hard learning, Gulliver began to work on a ship. One day there was a great storm. The ship broke to pieces. Gulliver and 5 other men got into a boat. But the boat was small and soon turned over. His companions couldn't swim and were drowned. Gulliver found himself in a country where very small people lived. The name of the country was Lilliput. The little people were afraid of Gulliver. They called him the Man Mountain. Soon, they saw that Gulliver was kind and didn't want to harm them. They liked him very much. Gulliver lived there for 2 years and they then came back to England. Gulliver's second travel began very well. However, after some time at sea, a strong wind began to blow and they fought it for 20 days. When the wind stopped, the captain of the ship did not know where they were. They had enough food, The ship was strong, but there was no drinking water. Soon, they saw an island, and the captain sent some men in a small boat to get water from there. Gulliver was in the boat too. On the island, Gulliver did not go with the sailors. When he came back to the place where he thought the boat was, he saw that the sailors were in the boat on the way to the ship. Gulliver looked around and saw some giants. He understood that it was a country of giants. How was that? Wasn't that interesting? Oh my God, it is very interesting. Now, let's check the words that you underlined. And navigation, did you find it? Great! I knew it! Pieces! Found it? What's that? Yes? Yay! High five! Woo! And next one, turned over. Excellent job. Shore. Found that one too? Great. Companions. Nice. Drowned. Ooh, even better. Lilliput. Good. Do you notice it's spelled with a capital L? Why? Oh, it's the name of the country, of course. All right, next one. Enough. Enough food. Sailors. And sailors again. Now, let's see. I think you have listened very attentively. You are so patient and so hardworking that I am pretty sure that by now you know the words, and I challenge you to use the box, the word box, to put them into the same text that we have just read. If you need to read the text again, just close your eyes or go into a different room and read the text again. Then come back and after the pause, try to do it all by yourself. Ready? Pause. Okay, how did it go? Did you manage? I'm sure you did. All right, let's check. We have navigation, pieces, turned over, shore, companions. His companions couldn't swim and were drowned. The name of the country was Lilliput. They had food. They had enough food. And Gulliver did not go with the sailors. Now I have a challenge for you. You probably got used to my challenges by this time. And this time, you are going to look at the picture. It's an actual illustration from the book. And answer the questions. Who is the author of Gulliver's Travels? Do you remember? Ooh, I'm not going to show you. What are you saying? Yes, that's right, Jonathan Swift. And if you forgot, it's not a big deal. Jonathan Swift is the author of Gulliver's Travels. You know it now. Who is the giant in the picture? Super easy question. Who is the giant in the picture? I do have options for you though. Gulliver or a Lilliputian? That is Gulliver. You're right. Yay! So, next question. Who are the little people? You see all those little people around him? Who are they? Lilliputians. You're right, Lilliputians. Little tiny people. And last question for today. Who are the people around Gulliver? Those big people. Do you remember the word? You're right, the giants. These are the giants. All right, now let's round up and see what have we done throughout the lesson. We have talked about adventure books and traveling. We have read a passage from Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift and found out about his adventures at sea. We learned some new words and phrases to talk about sea travels and found them in context. And we took a quick quiz on the characters from the text. Thank you so much. See you again in a bit. Bye-bye.